Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. I turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, 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 I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, yeah, can I hit that? Okay, yeah, yeah, can I hit that? I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no...
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Fielded in the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Jefferson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Well, let's check on the call. You can see this quite a bit on running plays when the guy's out wide. A lot of times it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. But Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in Week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. The ball popped in the air, intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
The 24-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Dalvin Cook.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And it's caught in the end zone for a Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 35 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. How does the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? Takes this about 5 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. Coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second down, Cook. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 21-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Tavon Austin on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're able to get get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Packers nothing.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Aaron Jones.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Packer.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. The rookie Jeff Gladney picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So how about that? You draft him in the first round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this. Instant dividends. A pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Put that ball on the mantle at home, young man.
Then they got the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. He'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A gain of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
And 3 at the 39-yard line.
Now a play fake. Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
He's brought down
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Play action now. Cousins. On the crossing route, complete. That's Johnson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. First down, here's the run with Cook. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd and short.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
Cousins on 3rd and 2, setting up the screen for Cook. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal. A 42-yard.
Bailey's kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the flag Seahawk on Thomas.
Intercepted by the Packers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their
10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess.
Rodgers pass.
Now there's a target that just about any quarterback would like to throw to. Devin Funchess, one of the big-body receivers in the league who can go up and get it. Former Carolina Panther, played one game with the Indianapolis Colts in 2019 before breaking his collarbone. Excellent hands, monster target, kind of forgiving target for a quarterback. The Packers really need him to develop and give them another option on the perimeter.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A 59-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Flush to his right. Into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Play fake. Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A 10th carry in the game for Clark. He's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Cook following the penalty. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
24-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, when you mention that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
On the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. The left side completion to Jones.
Rodgers pass.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
6.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Shotgun now for Rodgers. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of, because they trailed big in this 4th quarter. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And a Packer 1st down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
Rodgers pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. The rookie Cameron Dantzler picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. Some of those, yes, there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Again, it's Cook. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 30 yards! And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And he'll bang that one through.
Good. Makes the score Vikings 38. Packers
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
he stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They run it again with Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
And 8.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Field goal. A 54.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it? And now here's another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully...
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day.